In this video, we're going to replace our driver's side rear power window regulator located inside of our rear door. The process for the driver's side rear is the same for the passenger side rear. We're going to use our trim tool. I want to go ahead and remove our switch bezel right here. So we're just going to get underneath here and gently pry upward. I'm going to go ahead and disconnect our harness here by pressing on this tab. Pinch and pull, set that aside. Using your pocket screwdriver, I want to go up behind our handle here and want to pull out this little trim cap here. Pop this out, set that aside. Using our trim tool, we want to go ahead and pop up our armrest here. So we're going to go between the armrest and the door panel, insert, and just give it a little twist while you're pulling up. Pop that up, set that aside. We're going to remove our screws holding our door panel. Once we have these two screws removed, we're going to go ahead and get our third screw, which is up top here, right behind our upper handle. Going to loosen and remove that. Go ahead and set those aside. And we want to go ahead and release our door panel from the door itself. There's going to be a series of plastic push pins around the whole perimeter. Right on the front side here, if you run your hand up here, you can feel a little bit of gap between the door panel and the door shell. Put your fingers in there and give it a quick pull outward towards you. And do this all the way around. At this point here, we want to go ahead and lift up our door panel, and we're going to disconnect the cables going to our door handle here. Let's go ahead and lift up on our door panel. And the cables will come out with our handle. I want to go ahead and remove our water shield here. In order to do so, I want to go ahead and disconnect our cables from the back side of our handle here. I'm going to grab that little clip right here, pull out. That'll loosen that cable. We're going to pivot this so it lines up with the opening, and go ahead and pop out the ball there. Let's go ahead and do the same for the bottom. Pop it and set that handle aside. Once that's done, you want to go ahead and start grabbing the water shield here. Now this is held on with an adhesive along the back side of it. You can gently pull away. Working that, you want to try not to tear the water shield. Now, if this is very hard for you to do, you can take a razor blade and run along the back side of it, and you can actually cut the adhesive. We're going to slowly work ours off here. Let's go ahead and disconnect our harness right here. There's a little tab right here. We're going to use our pocket screwdriver, press down, pull that off. Once that's disconnected, we just work that out through the pocket right here and our water shield, and then pull our cables through, set our water shield aside. So we have our switch hooked up, and what we want to do is we want to pay attention to the bottom arm here of our regulator. So you want to go ahead and position that right in the middle here. Next, what we want to do is we're going to disconnect our power here to the unit. Then we're going to go ahead and remove these three bolts, and we're going to loosen this one here. Now this last bolt here is holding our regulator in place. What we want to do is we want to work this bar that has a little slide block out of this track. So in order to do this here, we're going to have to push up on the regulator. We're going to work the regulator down, and we're going to have to support our glass with one of our hands here while we do this. What we're doing is we're pulling the regulator out. Don't forget our little plug here. We'll drop this down. And at the same time, we're going to be pushing the glass up, and and we're going to work this block out of the slide here. Now what we're going to do is we're going to push our glass up manually. We're going to use our glass suction cups here. This will hold our glass up into place. Now that we have our glass up and secured up out of the way, we can now go ahead and grab our regulator here. Pull this unit out. We're going to install our new regulator and motor here. I'm going to drop this inside the door. Now at this point here, you want to go ahead and disconnect your tape or your suction cups. So you can go ahead and lower the glass down. And we want to take the block here and we're going to put it into the lower guide. We're going to slide it over and we're going to pivot our regulator up. Once we have that regulator lined up, let's go ahead and we're going to get our anchoring bolt installed there first. That'll hold that regulator in place, and we'll just kind of position the regulator around in here, move that around a little bit so we get those other bolt holes to line up. We have our last bolt in our old regulator. Go ahead and remove that. And install that here. Now what you want to do is you want to go ahead and reach up and grab the connector, and this is where this is going to go. Now there's one concern here, is that this is metal. We don't want to have chafing going on and cause any issues with the wiring. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our old unit here that has the rubber grommet. We're going to use a razor blade and we're going to cut right down around the base here. I'm going to cut around the perimeter and remove this piece from the old unit. So now that we have this piece removed, I'm going to insert this into the door like so. Line up our connector. Let's go ahead and secure our bolts. Once those are all secure, go ahead and grab your switch and let's go ahead and operate our glass up and down. Everything's working as it should. Let's go ahead and disconnect our switch right here. Let's go ahead and feed our cables through our water shield. Let's go ahead and start to stick this on in the general area. Feed our power cord up through here. Now the adhesive on our water shield is still in good condition. If you're having an issue with your adhesive, you can simply use that fancy silver tape to go ahead and secure that to your door. That is not an issue. Go ahead and do that. Go ahead and connect your connector here. I'll snap into place. I'm going to go ahead and install your cables here. Just get these little clips popped in there. We're going to reconnect our connector temporarily. Lower our glass down inside. This is going to help us installing the door panel next. Now on the top of our door panel here, we have a window sweep. We're going to go ahead and flip this over and show you some clips. On the bottom side here, we have metal clips. There's going to be 3 on the window sweep, and there's going to be a 3rd one on the end over here we're going to get to later on. What we want to do is we want to pop this window sweep off of our door panel. We're going to use a pocket screwdriver. I'm going to go right between these little tabs right here, and you're going to feel that metal clip. You're going to push down and pull the sweep out. You're disconnecting the clip. You're going to do this on all 3 of these. And you're going to separate the window sweep. Then on the end here, just grab this clip here. Do the same thing. Press down on the tab. Pop the clip out. You want to go ahead and line this up. Snap that into place. For our window sweep, we're going to have the same thing. So what we're going to want to do is want to make sure that the sweep side is facing the glass. These tabs will be facing you. You're going to line this up. Press this down and snap it on. What this is going to present to us are 4 locking tabs that are now going to line up with our holes in the top of our door panel. Let's go ahead and spin the door panel around and get this installed. Before installing our door panel, make sure all your plastic clips are on. Grab your door handle and slide this in. Good, line this up. Make sure our door handle is snapped into place from the other side. Good, line up our door panel. Let's install our door panel screws here. Gonna get that one started. Get the one beside it started. And we'll go ahead and drive those home, get them in there, snug them down. And then we have our 3rd screw that goes up by the door handle up top. Once that bottoms out, just give it a little bit more. So we're going to take our armrest here. We're going to line up the front section with this little button in the front. Pop that in. Just work your way down. Take your switch panel, line up your connector, snap it in. Going to line up our tabs here. Once they're lined up, snap it right down and in. Take your little trim bezel for the back side of your handle. There's little tabs on the back side. Simply line this up. Push in gently, work all the way around. You're all set.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.